Good morning, big family. What a bright, sunny day. I wanted to bring y'all out here to the edge of our driveway because I found something really, really wonderful. I wanted to show y'all. So do y'all remember on Cog Hill Farm, those of you who watched Cog Hill's video, do y'all remember how he loves rambling roses on the side of the road and how he found one recently and he went out there and dug it up and brought it to his home and, you know, was going to propagate it and stuff? So I didn't know this, but we have a rambling rose. We have a pink rose, if y'all can see the little blooms. It goes all through the woods right here. It comes over here onto the hillside. And all those pink blooms that you see up there is the rambling rose. Out here in the brush and bramble, we just happened to see the blooms and I was like, is that a rose? And sure enough, it is a wild rose on our property. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna dig up a part of it. I'm here to dig up a piece of it and I'm gonna put it in a pot. I'm gonna find a place in my potager for it. And I may even dig up a second piece, a second rose, because I have a special lady friend of mine that would love a rose. I've already asked her about it and she said she loves roses. So I may give her my beautiful wandering rambling rose. So I'm here to dig up 2 pieces of it. Let's do it. I brought a little bit of soil, so I'm gonna put some soil in this bucket and leave some soil in this bucket. Just enough to get a part of the rose in each one and fill the rest with dirt and kind of keep them in a pot until I know what to do with them or where to plant them. So let's choose our rose piece. This looks like a good piece right here. If I can find the bottom, just gonna find the root system and try to dig it up.
What a little treasure.
Never know what you're gonna find out here in these woods, huh? Y'all remember we have that old 1970s car back there that crashed in the woods a long time ago? We have just all these things that we find back here in these woods that surprise us. Can y'all hear the hum of the cicadas? It's like that constant hum noise in the background. Listen. I don't know if that's coming through on the camera or not on the phone, but I hear that hum in the background all through the woods. The cicadas are well and alive.
And the bees.
Yeah, and the bees. I hear the hum of the bees.
There we go. We're getting somewhere. It's a healthy rose.
All these prickers and briars weren't getting me, that would make my job easier.
And the sticks.
Thank you, baby.
That's a pretty rose.
It is. Okay. Let's see what we got here.
Buggy!
Buggy baby, where you going?
She says, I'm a wild dog.
You are that. Ooh, yeah, okay. I got a good hunk of root right there. And that's part of the rose. So that's good for planting right there. Good solid root piece. Get that in a pot.
Put it in a smaller pot.
I'll put it in a bigger one. I'm just going to cover it with dirt in a second. Let me get one more piece.
Yep. Dang, so all those little leaves must be the roses.
Yes. There we go.
That's a lot of rose.
There's a little piece. And it's got a root on it. That's good. Okay. So hopefully this will work. I only dug up that teeny tiny piece and look at all the rest of it that's left. That's probably just going to spread and keep growing. I wonder if this is an old antique rose. It probably is. That's lovely. All right.
There we go. There we go. Grow, little rose, grow.
All right, next pot. Okay. And that's how it's done. All right.
Getting some fertilizer for them.
Need to mix it up. Now I'm just going to pour a little bit of fertilizer water on it to help get it going. Give it a nice drink. We got shade cloth on the greenhouse, so it's in a nice shady spot. And hopefully it will be happy. There you go. See you in a little bit. Lily, what you doing? Oh, the mama and babies and the proud daddy. Oh, my goodness. It's like the rubber duckies in a bath, except they're real. Oh, that is too cute. 7 beautiful babies. Good job, Mama. Good job, Mama. They're learning how to splash and play and swim. That is cute. That is adorable.
Another stick.
Biscuit! You found another stick. You found a good size stick. Good job, baby. Good job. So proud. Yeah, they play in puddles. That's cute. Stay with Mama, little one. Stay with Mama and Daddy. Oh, that is adorable. Nothing cuter than a baby. Oh.
They're a happy little family.
Does that make you happy, Lily? So now we're out here in the greenhouse and I'm going to try to tie up some twine for these tomatoes. So I'm using garden stakes. But these regular garden stakes that you just tap into the weed fabric and stuff, we're going to use these. We're going to put it down in front of a tomato plant. I'm going to loop the twine through here and I'm going to tie both ends. There's going to be one end and two ends. And I'm going to tie both ends up to the metal on this greenhouse, so that we can have 2 main stalks on each tomato plant climbing up the tomato twine. We only want 2 stalks, 2 main branches on the tomato plant. We want to force that plant to be a little stressed and force it to make fruit instead of foliage. I want it to make more tomatoes instead of focusing on making more leaves. And I want lots of airflow because it's a tight space and there's lots of tomato plants. I want a lot of airflow, so only 2 branches. So let's see if we can tie this up. Okay. Okay. Push that in a little bit. Okay, got our twine. Now I need my step stool. Let's see. I have to. That much. That much.
We're making little spider webs.
It's gonna look like a tangled mass of webs out here. I think the most work in a garden goes into tomatoes. I really do. So 2 lines right here. We're going to have 2 main branches, and we're just going to train them to go up these lines of tomato twine.
Just some babies being babies. Working on the second one now.
Using these little kid scissors to do it. Let's see movement. Yeah, let's see movement. No one know what it's doing.
They're so tiny. It's dust bathing. It's sleeping in the hole. Baby playtime is over.
Ooh, well, I was too short to reach the ceiling. I underestimated my vertically challenged self, so my wonderful husband had to come out here, and he's the one that reached all the way up to string this tomato twine all the way up to those metal bars up there and get all this stuff strung up. But it looks like all these front tomatoes are finally strung up and done. Well, that was a big job, guys, but we got that done. We got all the indeterminate tomatoes strung up and trellised, and the ones in the front are the determinate tomatoes. So when you walk in here, you're going to see determinate tomatoes only of a certain height, and then all the indeterminate tomatoes probably going up to the ceiling. And we're going to try to cap them off there at the ceiling. So that job is done, yes. Good afternoon, y'all. It's hot. It is so hot. I don't really want to be outside doing much gardening anyway or anything outside in this heat. I might go piddle in my greenhouse and just admire my seedlings of what's growing and what's not and see what I need to do with the last bit of the things I have in little trays and where I'm going to put them, because I'm running out of garden space, because I think I've just about planted everything I can plant until it's time to plant like sweet potatoes, and I've also planted something else for the summer, for the dead heat of the summer that's going to pull us through till the winter, and I'm going to show you that. Oh, these dogs have been digging again. Look. Right beside my bush beans and my peas, they've been digging holes, tearing up my little beans, kicking dirt all over them. But I did get some sweet peas, y'all. I did get a few. It's too hot for sweet peas now. They're about to like roast in the sun if it gets any hotter. But I did get a few peas. That is the first time I've ever grown sweet peas. That is an accomplishment in and of itself. I am so proud of myself for that. I have officially reached a goal there. I have grown sweet peas. Ooh, yeah. Y'all just relish this moment with me for a second. Just be proud of me, y'all. I have grown sweet peas. Better every year, too. The basil's still little and tiny, but it's coming. It's coming along. That's good. Oh, I see that melon growing. It's doing it. It's taking off just in the direction I wanted it to, too. That's going just the right way. That's perfect. And this is getting blooms on it. This beautiful thyme, this long leaf gray thyme is getting some pretty blooms on it. But this is what I wanted to show you guys. It took me a whole day to get this done, but I officially did it. I sweated and worked hard. I went to go dig compost 3 times that day because I came and threw down a whole layer of compost all over this, went to that tier bed, threw a whole layer of compost down over that, came back with a 3rd truckload of compost and put these lanes in, these little aisles of compost here. Then I went back into town and got a whole truckload of wood chips mulched in between every row, as you see here. Went back to town, got a whole nother load of wood chips, and came back and mulched in between every row here. That took a full day's work, but I got these tier beds done, and I'm so happy with that. I'm so proud of myself. I told y'all we had plans for these tier beds, and after I finish growing what I'm growing in these, which by the way, one is field peas and one is okra, and around here in the south in zone 8A, in the hot, muggy, just wet, intensely hot south, in the dead heat of the summer out here, there's only so many things you're gonna grow in the middle of the summer. Everything else is gonna die out or struggle. It's just so hot, it's unbelievably hot, and you can't grow much. So those are 2 things that I really enjoy eating, my family loves eating. But the future plan for these tier beds after the okra and sweet potatoes are all done and harvested and everything and gone, in the fall, the plan is for me to put in the mums. I'm going to make a permanent bed of mums out of one of these. And I'm trying to remember what we were going to do with the other one. We had a plan for the other tier bed too, but there's plans for these tier beds as we go along through the seasons. But one of them is going to be a perennial mums bed, and it's going to stay that way. Oh, and the pumpkins are coming along. Yeah, pumpkins are doing great. That's exactly what I was hoping they'd look like. They're looking good. They look real good. They're happy. That's good. Evidently, another thing that loves the summer is Winston. Winston will lay out and suntan. I'm not lying. He will suntan in the summer. Y'all seen him in previous videos I've done where he lays out on top of a picnic table or something. Sometimes he'll just fall over in the dirt and just soak up the sun. He's a sunbathing dog. So what on earth am I going to do with these Mountain Vineyard tomatoes? I've got this little 6-pack here. I found my last little bit of Mountain Vineyard tomato seeds and I planted them in this 6-pack and said, well, if they germinate, great. If they don't, they don't. They took forever, but they finally came on along. And now I've planted all my tomatoes in my bed and now there's no more room for tomatoes. Where am I going to put these tomatoes? So I may have to go ahead and fill in one of my other beds that's not filled in the potager, and I may have to slide in a few more tomatoes in my potager. That may be what has to happen. And of course, silly me got a wild hair and planted cantaloupe a little late. I don't even know if these cantaloupe have any time to actually come to fruition, like I said, before it gets too hot for them, but we're sure going to try. We're going to put these cantaloupe in the dirt somewhere and give it a good old college try there. Come on, Moo Moo, old girl, come on. Yeah, let's go to the house. Come on. Time to go to the house. But like I said, y'all, it's getting hot, and I don't plan on staying out here in the heat. I don't want to get a heat stroke or sunburn. I'm just not about this heat. And it hauled off and got real muggy and real hot real fast. So I don't think I'll be doing too much outside besides watering plants and checking on the animals, just making sure they're okay. And that's going to be about it. But I will definitely have a good project to start and show you guys. I've got some fun stuff coming up, and I will see you guys on the next one. Love you. Bye.